America's Jiggy Jaguar radio program, broadcasting live from Hutchinson, Kansas. Call Jiggy right now, 267-22-JIGGY. Presenting Jiggy Jaguar.
Well. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Merry Festivus, all that stuff. Be sure to donate to the Human Fund this holiday season. If you don't watch Seinfeld or you don't know Seinfeld, you don't know what Festivus is or the Human Fund is. But the Human Fund is helping humans, I think. Is that what it is? I think that's what it is. Having a good time today on the world-famous Jiggy Jaguar radio program. Thanks for tuning in to the big broadcast from the K-Jag Radio Studios in the great Salt City of Hutchinson, Kansas. Jignatius Jaguar, Zygmunt Freud with you, Monday through Friday. We are live, 2 Central, 3 Eastern, 12 Pacific, 1 p.m. Mountain Standard, and of course, Sundays. We return. We return from the dead. 2 Central, 3 Eastern, 12 Pacific, 1 p.m. Mountain Standard. I don't really know return from the dead, because we haven't been killed yet. Although, there are a lot of people that would like to kill me. 24/7, JiggyJaguar.com on the TuneIn apps and Radio Loyalty. And, of course, a brand new free Android and iPhone app is available, JiggyJaguar.us. You can stream the show live. You can watch our videos. You can get the 24/7 replay. You can get exclusive news and programming information. All available, ladies and gentlemen, on our fantastic app. Selected editions are available on iHeartRadio and AMFM247.com. Each and every Sunday, we come to you live on AMFM247.com. And 50-plus AM/FM stations in the big network. Yes, in the big network. KFRK in Denver, Colorado. And TuneIn. And also, what is it? The World Radio Network? That's what they're called. Radio Xenu today. On-demand commercial-free podcasts are available at our website, JiggyJaguar.com. Lots of fun stuff. 50 minutes after our hour today. Thanks to Derek Pierce for being on earlier. The fantastic Derek Pierce. I always enjoy talking to Derek Pierce. He is the man. He is one of the... me and cousin Chris from Zygmunt Freud Television, of course, Jiggy Jag TV, the legendary Jiggy Jag TV in Salina, Kansas. We used to joke that all guys in porn are douchebags. Derek Pierce, not a douchebag. TT Boy, not a douchebag. There's many others in the porn world. After I've gotten to know the people in the porn world, because this was when we were just watching porn from the outside, and then I know some of these people now on a personal level. Derek Pierce being one of them. Thank you. If you missed his interview, it's up on our website, JiggyJaguar.com. It's also on KJagRadio.com. And it's also, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, on the YouTube. Star Factory PR made a really cool graphic that we used as the thumbnail on YouTube. Also, my thanks to Glenn Nielsen earlier. We chatted with him about military aircraft. I don't know why I booked that. But, and then we had a guy named Earl on. Literally a guy named Earl. That's his name. He doesn't have a last name. It's like in professional wrestling. You know, like when you get onto the main roster from NXT, they take your last name. Or they make your last name your only name. That's what Earl is. He's a Christian musician. His name is Earl. He's not my cousin Earl. He's not my name is Earl. He's not Earl Hebner. He's not famous people named Earl. Come on. I don't have it. I don't have it because guess what? There's nobody in the studio today. Look at that. Look at that. That's kind of cool, the way the chair and the green screen there. I don't know. Doesn't matter. In the big scheme of things, it doesn't matter. But this past weekend, I went out to the Hoisington, Kansas area. Hoisington, Kansas. Home of the Fighting Hoisington Cardinals. And I did some play-by-play with John Mosier on the DVD, YouTube, and potentially at a certain point, maybe Facebook Live, if I can get it figured out. Well, I can Facebook Live it. I just want to be able to Facebook Live it from the computer. Let's drag more equipment to Hoisington, Kansas. You should have seen all the gear we drug with us yesterday. We crammed. Keep in mind, I always keep it real on this broadcast. What am I, black? Broadcasting all black. No. Now I'll be racist. Now Miko Hayes and the rest of them are going to write more racist articles over there at the Daily Hayes about me. But I don't know what's going on. Next time we have Israel in here, I'm going to ask him if he's broadcasting while black. See what he says. He won't care. He knows I'm very insensitive, and I don't really know 90% of the time what I'm talking about. So, what the hell is it? Oh, that's it. What we were doing in Hoisington. What the hell were we doing in Hoisington? I don't know. Half the time what we're doing. We crammed overnight stuff, pillows and bags full of clothes and toiletries and all the shenanigans that you would take on an overnight trip. Plus, I took basically a mobile broadcasting unit with us. I took lights, I took tripods, I took selfie sticks, I took video recorders, I took audio recorders, I took computers, we had GoPros, we took the whole setup, the whole damn setup, and we went to Hoisington, Kansas, and shot the TAZ event, Total Action Zone Wrestling. Not to be confused with Total Action Zone Wrestling, which I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. I don't know what most things are, but we went over there. Very good show last night. That was well booked. They're coming into their own over there with the TAZ. What the TAZ is, they say. Very well booked show. Of course, I got when you listen to the DVD or you listen to the YouTube, when we put the YouTube videos up, you will of course hear John Mosier, my broadcast colleague. He always has to mention Marty Jannetty in every show. I don't know why. I don't know if it's like a Where's Waldo kind of thing. It's the audio equivalent of Where's Waldo. When will John mention Marty Jannetty next? I don't know. But another deal that got mentioned last night is we were... What was the deal? Marty Jannetty always gets mentioned. And I always have to trash XWE on commentary. I always have to trash them. Well. Oh, another thing I did last night that I always have to do. I always have to do this. Whenever the wrestler Jaden Roller comes out, I always have to refer to him as Jaden Roller. I don't know why. I've been doing that ever since I called his first match in Larned, Kansas. It's Jaden Roller. I don't know why. And he's the only guy, hold on, keep this in mind, he's the only guy that you can do that with. You can't do that with other names. Let me see here. Let me go pull up the TAZ roster here. I know we're running out of time, and I get it, and we're going to get to our next guest here in a few moments, and I understand a lot of you that are reading this on YouTube or seeing this on YouTube, I know exactly why you're here, and we will get to that here in a few moments. But I was looking at the TAZ roster. Like, for instance, they had a new World Heavyweight Champion last night, Kyle Hawk. You can't do that with Kyle Hawk's name. You can't be Kyle Hawk. You can't do that. You might be able to, maybe. I don't know. But Jaden Roller just kind of rolls off the tongue. You can't do that with Nick Nelson. Nick Nelson. You see, it just doesn't work. I think it's the pronunciation. Jaden Roller. Jaden Roller. I don't know. We'll have a whole deal here whatever. You can't do that with the Skylar Slice. Skylar Slice. You can't do that. It doesn't work. Like the Blade guy. Here we go. You can't do that. You can't Blade. But maybe you can. It's one word. Blade. I don't know. It doesn't work. Can't do it with Lunatic Lenny. Lunatic Lenny. You see, it doesn't sound as good. I like Jaden Roller. I like that. Paradox. Can't do that with Paradox either. See? I could never call XWE matches like that would ever happen. Hell would be freezing over if I ever called an XWE match on an XWE show. I've called XWE matches. They had a Taz show, and they had the little, was it the Too Short guy? Jimmy Jack Funk. What was his name? Is it two people? Is it the same person? I don't know. Doesn't matter. Who am I talking to? Talking to myself here. Well, last night, the whole gambit was out there. The whole gambit was out there at for the XWE guys. Blade was there. Let's see. Who else was there? Drasic. Well, he's not an XWE guy. Let's see. There were all, the gambit of XWE guys were there. And after the show, I was legitimately impressed with Paradox and Blade, and don't let this get out because it'll ruin my reputation here. But I was very impressed with those guys, and after the show was over with, we had a chat, and we, as the rappers say, squashed the beef. After we squashed the beef, I'm not sure what they did with the beef. Did they ship it out somewhere? Oh, different kind of beef? Okay. Who am I talking to? There's nobody here. Okay. See, Ed Till, that's a reference to Ed Till. Ed Till is a broadcaster who I used to be pretty good buddies with, and then he started motherfucking me everywhere. Oh, that Jiggy, he's a piece of crap. I don't need you to tell me I'm a piece of crap, sir. I can do it all on my own. And we had an interesting conversation. And Ed Till used to, not. I didn't have a conversation with Ed Till. I had a conversation with the XWE guys. But we'll get into Ed Till first. We got to go down the rabbit hole because this is how things work here. If you've listened to this show before, this is how it goes. I get off on a tangent, then I get back on the road. I pull off to the side of the road for a pit stop. Ooh, shiny. Ed Till he does a show, and his show he does in his studio, but there's no one there besides him. But he makes it sound like there's interns, there's other people. What is going on? So, that is a tribute, I guess, to Ed Till. Would you refer to it as a tribute to Ed Till? I don't know. I don't know if you'd exactly call it a tribute, but every once in a while on this show, I will go in and I will make fun of Ed Till by showing you. I can show you on camera. Look at this. There's nobody there. There's nobody there. Just me. Because I got cameras all over the freaking place. So, that's how that works. But I had an interesting conversation with the XWE guys, the XWE cohorts, I guess you would say. By the way, we have an interview coming up here in a few moments. It's Thomas Robinson. He has the song Pimphead. He sent me an email after I sent him back a message saying, "Am I going to call you or are you going to call us?" His answer is, "Cool, talk to you then." So unless he calls me, I guess we'll do it this week. We'll do it next week. We had an issue with Remy earlier. Remy Music. Remedy. I'm thinking, am I thinking Remco Pardue, the guy that was in UFC 2? I don't know. But I had an interesting conversation post-show with the XWE guys. And I'll tell you, last night, I was legitimately, and this is 100%, 1,000%, whatever you want to refer to it, I was legitimately impressed with those guys last night. I don't know if the guys that I have seen before have just had bad nights. If the guys I've seen before are just total idiots, and they pulled the I Dream of Genie routine, and they took those guys out and put these guys in, I don't know. I don't know if maybe these guys, the guys that I seen last night, were shapeshifters, and they decided to shapeshift into legitimately trained wrestlers. I don't know what happened, but I was very impressed last night with Paradox. They did a match, Paradox versus Drasic. Let's start with that. Let's start there. Let's go down the list. Oh, we're going to get to Blade. We'll get to Blade. But Paradox and Drasic last night. Very impressed with Paradox and Drasic. That was a hell of a deal. I made a comment on commentary, and I hope that the audio recorder caught it, because sometimes it hiccups. I don't know why. But sometimes it hiccups, and some of my really strange comments get edited out. Some of my strange comments get left in, which is really horrible because I'm the one doing the editing. I'm gonna make me sound like a racist on purpose. I'm gonna make myself look like I don't like the Chinese people. Whatever. So, what is that today? I haven't made fun of Johnny Kim yet today, but I will. Oh, Ziggy. There we go. I always get my, much like Mosier's got to work in Marty Jannetty, I got to work in a Johnny Kim reference every show. So we go ahead and we chat with, I'm watching this Paradox versus Drasic. Paradox looked like he was wrestling a child. I was like, why is there a child in the ring wrestling this full-grown man? But it was a really good match. It was two high flyers. It was a good deal. John Mosier, of course, tore Paradox a new a-hole, but of course he did that because he was playing the heel on commentary, and I get that, whatever. But legitimately impressed with Paradox. I made the comment that Drasic, the last time we saw Drasic, he had lost his mask. And the last time I had saw Paradox, he was baking turkey on Facebook, which he was. There's some video up somewhere on Facebook of him cooking a turkey. I don't know why that exists, but it's there. It's going through Facebook one day. Here's a video, Paradox cooking a turkey. I think it was Thanksgiving or something. I don't know. But so they had that. And then they had this guy named Kuta. Not to be confused with, I'm sure, his cousin who has the last name of Kente. That's a really bad joke. And if you don't know, if you've never seen Roots, you don't know what I'm meaning. And you're probably like, what the hell's a Kente? Kuta Kente? Okay, whatever. Kuta and Blade. Of course, I love Blade. I love Blade. And actually, after we got a chance to talk after the show was over with, and he understands what I was trying to do with the work shoot thing. So I'm glad to see that he's not an idiot. Because I thought we were going to end up having this, because I knew at some point we'd have this conversation. And I figured he would, be totally on cloud nine like everybody else. Because it seems like there are certain people, and we'll get to Derek Ellis. May not this week, but we will get to Derek Ellis. There are people that are in and around XWE who take this crap way too seriously. It's a professional wrestling company. It is a professional wrestling deal. Your whole damn sport is a work. I get it. But got to watch Kuta Kinte and Blade. This Kuta kid. The jokes write themselves, I guess. Very, very impressive. From his presentation to his match, very impressive. Very cool deal. Blade, of course, I hate to give this guy any credit at all, but I'm going to be giving him credit. It was a very, very well worked match. Very good match. Really enjoyed watching it. Fantastic stuff. Let's see. Got to watch Aaron Helms wrestle the Outlaw, who I guess they were. See, this is the thing. Nobody ever explains how things go. They're just in a match. Nobody explained the fact that they were tag partners in Smith City a couple weeks ago. Someone should have done that. Someone should have explained. Am I getting ready to be assassinated? What's going on here? Nope. Nope. Okay. Assassination attempt failed. Oh. But, so they had Aaron Helms versus Outlaw. I'm always very impressed with Outlaw. I think he is fantastic. He does a lot of old school wrestling to make himself stand out. So, really enjoyed him. Enjoyed seeing Aaron Helms work, because the couple times I've seen him work, I haven't been really impressed. But I think it's because the people that I've seen him wrestle, there's an art to, if you don't know how to wrestle and you wrestle someone who knows how to wrestle, you can't do anything with it. I know that Vince McMahon used to always talk about putting broomsticks over, and this guy could wrestle a broomstick and put him over. Brr. I got news for you. I've been around enough professional wrestling, enough indie wrestling, and enough in the middle. Even if you know how to wrestle and you're wrestling somebody who doesn't know how to wrestle, you can't get them over. I'm sorry. It doesn't work that way. So, it might have been just the fact that Aaron Helms was wrestling a bunch of clowns every time that, not the guys from AAA, of course. I don't think XWE's got the budget to bring the AAA guys in, the AAA clowns. That would be awesome if they did, but and I would be there. I would even show up in a mask. And mark out to the clowns. If they brought Killer Clown, Psycho Clown, and Krusty the Clown? No, that was Simpsons. That'd be awesome if they brought Krusty the Clown in. You know what would be awesome is if they violated trademark law and just had a guy named Krusty the Clown on an XWE show. But I digress. But I was very impressed with Aaron Helms. Very good worker, very good match. So I have to do a mea culpa here today. I was impressed with the XWE guys. I had a conversation with them after the show. Very likable guys. I hate to say it, we might end up becoming friends. It'll be a cold day in hell before I get into an XWE event or get invited to one. But so it was a good show. Really enjoyed the show. I think it was well booked. I think it was well produced, well put together. I've always said their marketing at XWE, even though they've never given me credit for putting over their marketing, I think their marketing is amazing. The fact that they can take guys who have either not had matches, or aren't that good, or aren't that trained, or anything, and they take them out places, and they get over with people because people are like, oh, it's the wrestlers. So, I think their marketing is genius. I think the fact that they put themselves in all sorts of positions to where they go places and they do things and they kind of have Salina locked down, which I think if somebody could come in there with proper marketing, good presentation, a lot of money, and blitz the market, they blow these guys out of the water. But that's the same thing that I've said about professional wrestling. If you had somebody who had a lot of money and a lot of organization, you could blow Vince out of the water. It's never gonna happen because, much like with Vince, everybody in wrestling, nobody's organized. Nobody's organized. I bitched about the porn industry earlier about the fact that they don't have a Vince McMahon or a Dana White, but realistically, they have a Vince McMahon in professional wrestling, and there ain't going to be another Vince McMahon in professional wrestling. So XWE, I think they're safe in Salina. I don't look for anybody to come along, especially due to the fact that a lot of the Kansas people, a lot of the Kansas wrestling people that I know, they aren't going to be organized enough, well-funded enough to do anything near taking on XWE. So there's that. But my thanks to Derek Pierce. My thanks to Earl. My thanks to Glenn Nielsen. And my final comment on the XWE thing is, I guess we've squashed it. If I ever say another nasty thing on this show about XWE, I want you to know up front, it's probably an angle. I was also asked by a couple of the people that were there last night to squash my beef with Derek. Mr. Derek Ellis. I just don't know if I can do that. I just don't know if I can do that quite yet. It is the holiday season, and of course, during the holiday season, I always forgive anywhere between 1 to 3 people who I have had issues with throughout the year. I get into this holiday thing where I'm like, it's not that big of a deal. The holidays, let's forgive and forget. So maybe Derek makes that list this year. I don't know. But XWE and I have squashed the beef. I don't know where the beef went. I don't know if they put it in the local way. Because they don't have a Wendy's. They have a Subway. They have a Wendy's. They got a DQ. Now they're noising in. But I wish the XWE guys good luck on their future endeavors. And did I just future endeavor them on this show? See, if I future endeavor them, I can't talk about them ever again. Maybe that's what I did. I don't know. But that is my XWE mea culpa. And I apologize, as the Grease man would say. Hey, what a doodle. I apologize to the XWE guys. So there's that. Thanks for joining us today. And next week on Radio Xenu, we will be back with more. And also, this video, as well as other audio, is available at JiggyJaguar.com. Thank you for paying attention. Thank you for helping us out. And next week, we've got more coming up. Check out JiggyJaguar.com for more information. Download our app, JiggyJaguar.us.